my loves, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jay, the Juju Bae, aka Black Libran Goddess. On this channel, I do pick a cards and various tarot readings, and eventually, I'll see where it goes from here and what else I want to add to it. For today's pick a card reading, we're going to be doing what do you need to let go of. And so I intuitively chose some cards from 3 different tarot decks, and they're all here. In the first deck, also not only did I pre-choose some tarot cards, but I also pre-chose some affirmation cards. And so I'll be pulling those affirmation cards first just to see what kind of vibe to be expecting from your tarot reading. I haven't looked at any of these cards. I have no idea what they're going to say or what they're going to do or what they're going to be. So, we're all going to be surprised there. But I also put some cards from my own oracle deck. And these cards are what I want you to use to help choose which deck to navigate you. Now, these cards may or may not have anything to do with your reading. I don't know, but they may be something interesting. So this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So the first pile has card number 10, the Nurture card. The second pile has card number 6, the Nature card. And the final pile has card number 13, the Ancestors cards. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to pause this video and I want you to take a deep inhale through your nose, hold it for a few seconds, and then a slow exhale. And while you're doing that, I want you to connect to your spirits and ancestors, your guides, your higher self, whatever you do to connect to your intuition. And I want you to intuitively pick a deck. I may come back to this reading later on and do some more, because these are just three decks, and I feel like there's always more that could be done and more to work on. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to the readings, and you guys make sure you look down below in the description box for the click of your reading. All right, let's hello pal number 1, and welcome to your reading. All right, so you guys chose the Nurture card. So let's see, I'm gonna leave this card up here for me to see, and let's see what your affirmation card says. I am safe. I trust my intuition to lead me down the right path. Looking back on my trials, I see that I am still here and thriving. I always end up better, stronger, and wiser. I have proven to myself that I will always make it time and time again. I am safe. Also, if you guys cannot hear me, I'm putting this card here. Also, if you guys cannot hear me, I apologize. I have the overhead fan on and I have my little side fan on, and it is hot as hell here. So I'm trying my best to speak loud and clear. So this deck has a lot of cards pulled out, but don't let that scare you. It just probably doesn't mean you have to let go of a lot of stuff. It just probably means there's a lot of stuff that needs to be dealt with, needs to be talked about, and these will probably be like a clear reading. I don't know yet, but let's see what we got here. We've got the 8 of Wands in reverse. We've got the Page of Swords upright. Okay. We got the 4 of Wands in reverse. Okay. We've got the 8 of Swords upright. Okay. We've got the Justice card in reverse. All right. We got the Knight of Swords in reverse. All right. There's a lot of air energy here. We've got the 9 of Swords. A lot of air energy. Just like pure air energy. Wow, wow, wow. The 6 of Swords. Oh my God. The Ace of Wands, and finally we have the 9 of Cups. All right, pile 1, let's get into it. All right, beautiful and beloved spirit, use me to read and speak to these cards. Let me give a content message for all those who may read it. I want to help and guide these beautiful souls who are watching this, I pray. Okay. All right, so first off, there is just a lot of air energy here. A lot of air energy here. And it's all the cards that are mostly upright except for this 6 of Swords. Yeah. Okay, so let me see if I can go. I'm trying to figure out where to start first. You got the 8 of Wands. And let's see what you got. You got the Page of Swords. I feel like what you need to let go of is you need to let go of your fear. That's kind of what I'm picking up a lot here, is a lot of fear energy, a lot of worry, a lot of this fear of lack of control. Basically, that's what I'm sensing here. It's like this. I don't know if this is for everybody, but a lot of what I'm getting here is that a lot of you guys, or some of you guys, have to kind of like really, you have to be in control, and there are a lot of things in this life that you can't control. There's a lot of things in this life that that you just can't really determine. You may go into a place and you're like, I'm hoping it's going to be like this, or I think it's going to be like this, and then it completely flips upside down. And that's what this energy is that why you're constantly in this state of worry and in constant state of fear, because you have to have control. You have to hold on so tightly to these type of things. And it's okay to have a mindset about how things want to go, or even expectations, or even rather hope, I'll say. But you're gonna have to have a little bit more faith, not just faith in yourself and the faith in other people. Not everyone is out to get you. Not everyone is trying to find some ways to hurt you or to use you. And you might have had a lot of old pain in the past regarding these type of things, regarding these type of people that have been in your life. You may have had some people that had, I'm sorry, I had to pause, make sure it was still recording. I had a problem with that last time. But I feel like you might have had these old relationships with people before where you've probably been the main one who, you've probably been hurt a lot is what I'm seeing. I'm getting, because I'm getting that a lot here, especially with all this sword energy. There's all this blue heavy kind of energy right here. There's a lot of dark energy, and it doesn't really see that. Even in the cards that does see that there may be some light coming through, they're reversed, right? So it's kind of hard for you to see that automatically good in people and automatically trust people, and maybe even trust yourself, because you probably have been hurt so much, right? You've probably had people, let me turn this off. You've probably had people who have used and abused your good nature and your good heart and your tendency to want to help people or whatever. And I think that is kind of what, and that especially makes sense with the nurture card here, is because I'm thinking, what I'm seeing is you have to nurture yourself. You have to nurture yourself. You have to nurture those wounds and tend to those wounds that are in you, that are aching, that are bleeding, that are, that you feel like you can't escape, because you can't. I mean, that's why you have some of these cards in reverse, where you feel like you can't escape, where you feel like you can't get by, and you feel like you can't really trust the people that are around you, that you're here and you're doing it by yourself. But I'm here to tell you that if you let go, if you let go of control, you let go of that fear, if you let go of that tendency, it's all right to want to protect yourself, but it's okay to be vulnerable sometimes, because not everyone in your life is out to hurt you. And this is why it's important to tender your wounds, nurture yourself. I am safe. That's what the card said. I am safe. You are safe. I feel like, especially now, for some of you guys who are reading it, you found yourself with a group of people, and you're afraid to be vulnerable around them, but because you're constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop. Does that make sense? Like, you're constantly waiting for them to show their true colors, to show themselves, to show who they are, because you're thinking, oh, they're gonna hurt me, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that, they're gonna this, that, and the third. But it's okay to be vulnerable about them. It's okay to let your guard down just a little bit, let them in just a little bit. Once you do that, you can be able to move more into into a brighter, fuller version of yourself, the version that you deserve to be. I understand those past hurts and pains have been terrible and harmful, and they left some wounds on you, baby. They left some wounds on your soul that I think even you're afraid will never be healed. But here's the truth is, with that nurture card constantly looking at me, I'm seeing that you can get healed. I'm not seeing that it will be easy, and I'm not even seeing that you won't get in your own way. But you have to make the choice and have to make the decision to do it. That's why all these cards are here, because this is going to be such a heavy thing for you, because it's such a big and heavy pain. It's such a deep, deep pain. Like, it's honestly breaking my heart looking at these cards, because like I can feel this and I can relate to this, but as someone who's also had deep wounds and deep personal wounds and spiritual and even physical wounds, and sometimes it's moving forward into a place where you're not always got, where your guard isn't always up, and you always doesn't have to be on, where your guard isn't up, you don't have to be on guard, and you don't have to always, allowing yourself to enjoy the life that you're living, because this life is, it goes by so quickly. And so allowing yourself to enjoy this, you allow yourself to free up so much. You are not responsible for the things that people say or do to you. They are responsible for their actions. And it's okay to, to want to protect your heart. You don't have to just like run off and be like, well, I'm going to be vulnerable now and everyone can come have at me. Be smart in your engagements. But for the people in your life that show themselves to be true, allow yourself to get comfortable. Allow yourself to receive that love that you deserve. Let's see, is this the right one? Let me shuffle again. If she comes up again, then it'll be the right one. Yeah, let's see. Ooh, sometimes these cards are hard to shuffle. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. What else we have here? Saint Bridget, Our Lady of Exalted Light. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. What else do we have here? I don't know if that's the right card, but Bridget, the goddess of eternal flame. I'm eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. Look at this. I think this is the same person. Married by the saint of true freedom. Love is what sets me free. I'm married to my own soul. Okay, I do feel like these cards. Okay. Because what I'm seeing here is that light. And this light is very important here when I'm talking about, because I mentioned earlier that there's a lot of darkness in these cards. A lot of dark. And you can't really, there's light also, but they're mostly in reverse and you can't really see. And you feel like, especially the Justice card in reverse here, you feel like nothing ever goes your way, that life is unfair, that nothing ever kind of comes up to you. But I feel like this in this card right here also, even if this may be a feeling you're feeling, I also feel like it's saying that things are changing, and that things have already changed. You just haven't really acknowledged it, or you haven't really seen it. And because our Saint Bridget here and Bridget here, which I really do believe are the exact same cards, they both mention, the light. You're endlessly, I give endlessly because the light was out in my soul is all I need. I am eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. There is that part of that nurturing part of you, is that you have to look inside of you and see that light that shines within you, that beautiful bright light. And that's probably the reason why you probably even drawn some people to you who have not been the best to you, because of that light inside of you. It's like moths to a flame coming towards you, but they're not meant for, or whether they haven't been the best to you. They haven't put the best energy they come to take, but they haven't put anything or installed anything into you. But you can feed your own soul, nurture your soul, nurture that part of you inside of you, and remember that you are safe. The people that are in your life now, I feel, are people are coming into your life. You may have already found some people that you feel comfortable with, but you still haven't allowed yourself to let your guard down with, or be honest with, and you still have these fears and these worries, and you're very anxious, and you're really in your mind, you're really in your head a lot about this stuff. Allow yourself to feel safe in these corners. Allow yourself to let your guard down a little bit. Allow yourself to know love is what sets me free. Allow yourself to feel that love. Feel and receive that love, and know that you're worthy of it. Some people that are drawn to you because you are an amazing person and you have such an amazing glowing light, and that's what they're drawn to. And they're not drawn to it to hurt. Sometimes people are drawn to it and they see that light is slowly dimming, and they're like, I have to go and make sure that light stays bright, because we cannot lose a light like this. You are safe. You are safe. You are safe. You are safe. Remember this. Trust your intuition. Leave that part that's in you, that's always been guiding you. Goodness gracious, girl. The part that's in you that's guiding you, that part that the reason why you keep probably getting hurt is because you probably have such a resilient spirit, because you don't want to be the type of person who is constantly keeping people at arm's length. You don't properly want to be that person, but you've been hurt so much, you kind of have to become that person. But it's okay for you to step into the love that you deserve. It's okay for you to step into this new part of your life. It's okay for you to move out of the darkness and move into the light. It's okay for you to embrace that life that you have inside of you. It's okay to let go of this pain and this fear and this doubt. It will not be easy. It is a process. This is why, it's good to use guidance, counselors and therapists and stuff, people who are in your life who are going to nurture you. And if they're not there in your life, look around. If they haven't made themselves fully known yet, look around. They're probably there somewhere just waiting for you to acknowledge them, because they probably see the wounds and they probably like, if I go over there, the wall is coming right back up. But this is all I'm seeing for you, group number 1. You guys are in my heart very deeply. I want to thank Spirit, my guys, your guys, my ancestors, for coming up and showing up in this reading. And I want to thank you guys for coming to this reading and showing up for yourself in this reading. Keep going. Don't be afraid. Allow yourself to have that, to let that light shine. Allow yourself to live in the light. Allow yourself to have the fullness you deserve. Nurture your heart, nurture your soul, and you will be okay. Much love to you guys. All right, pal number 2, welcome to your reading. You guys chose the number 6, the nature card. I'm going to put this card right here. And let's see what your affirmation card says. It says, I am whole, I am perfectly created, I am a wonderfully unique individual. Oh goodness. Every lesson I have learned, every risk I have taken, and every achievement I have made contributed to who I am. Because of that, I am whole. So I don't know if this card will reflect in your reading or not, but I'm gonna let you see it. But it's still a wonderful card to look at. The first one in the reading turned out it did reflect a lot in the reading, so this one may as well. But let's see what we got here. We got the Knight of Swords in reverse. We've got the Two of Pentacles upright, and we've got the Two of Wands in reverse. All right, let's get into this reading. All right, beloved Spirit, leading guide me to read this reading. I'm ready for those. Okay, so that's what we see. What do you guys need to let go of? I always love this Knight of Swords card. All right, you guys, I'm hearing out of sorts. I think that's what you guys are kind of constantly feeling, like a lack of balance, or what am I looking for? Spirit guide me. What am I saying? What I'm trying to say? Out of sorts. Yeah, I feel maybe, God, like discombobulated. It came up in my head. Maybe that's how are you guys feeling like that? Maybe whoever picked this pile number 2, are you guys feeling like maybe things are keep getting away from you, in a sense, that makes sense? Like you're trying your hardest always, and you keep trying to do your best, and it feels like it's never working. Or you feel like even with such small tasks, they feel insurmountable. Like everything just keeps, like things keep falling around you, or they keep, like it's hard to focus on stuff. It's just for you guys, it's just like I can't even find my words right now. And I feel like maybe that's kind of like the space that you guys are constantly in. And I think that maybe because you guys are trying so hard either to do something specifically, that you may have to move forward. Like, I'm not saying give up your dreams, but I'm saying like the road that you're trying to take to get there isn't the road that you need to be taking necessarily, right? You keep moving forward in some place, and you keep wondering why you end up back to where you started, or everything keeps failing, and you're trying to tell yourself, well, I have to, that's just part of life. You go through these hard pains and stuff, and and in the end you'll get where you're supposed to go. And that is kind of true. Like once you start moving, obstacles do come your way, and it's part of your way of seeing if you can I say cut the mustard. That's, I don't know if I really like that phrase, but it's okay. So sometimes when you get ready to walk into your purpose and walk into your destiny, you'll have things coming up that'll try to hinder you and stop you. And this is a way of you telling you to just keep going forward, keep moving. But the things that are stopping you now, the things that are going, is because the way that you're trying to get forward or move forward in this destiny is not the way you should be moving. Right? You're probably pushing forward in a way that you really shouldn't be, because you're overthinking things. You're probably maybe not even overthinking things, but you're the energy that you're moving in is not the energy you should be moving in, right? So like you probably don't take time to rest. You probably don't take time to relax. You probably don't take time to, really see the way that things are, because you're too busy like, okay, I want to do A, B, and C. I know I want to do this one thing. So in order to do this one thing, I can do A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, do, re, mi, right? And these are the exact ways I gotta do it. I gotta do A first, then B, then C, then 1, and so on and so forth. And you got it all laid out, and this is the way it's supposed to be. But when stuff comes and knock you off the path, you're still trying to push and push and push, because you're trying so hard. You trying so hard. You know how things are supposed to go. Can't nobody tell you know how it's supposed to be. But the problem is, the reason why you're feeling so discombobulated and feeling so out of sorts is because all these trials are coming in and they keep shaking you up. Like I keep seeing this Knight of Swords in reverse, because the Knight of Swords, he's going forward, right? He's got that sword in his hand. He's moving forward. He's charging forward. He's there's a victory coming to him. But it's in reverse to you guys, and not because the victory isn't yours, but because you guys are moving forward in a way, you guys are trying to move forward in a way where you are neglecting other things. You're neglecting other aspects of yourself. You've been dropping stuff down, and guess why you always end up in a circle, or always end up hitting a brick wall, or always end up with trials and tribulations that take you, it's taking you longer to get where you need to be. Simply because you're not taking the time. You're rushing head first in certain things, and there's nothing wrong with having a goal and having a desire, and seeing where you want to be, and seeing and being like, okay, this is what I want, this is where I'm going to go, this is there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. And goals are great. It allows us to see a future for ourselves, and to understand our needs and our desires and our wants. And when we set those goals, plus those boundaries in with it, we can understand who we are as a person and what we actually seek and what our actual purpose is, as we move through it. But there are sometimes some goals we're chasing are not actually the goals we want to. So if we're chasing, like, let's say you're strictly chasing wealth, right? You want financial wealth solely, and you're going to get it by any means necessary. That is not the way to do it. Doing whatever you want. I mean, nothing wrong with hustling, but if you're going to be out here just doing any kind of thing, moving any kind of which way, and not really caring about whether the work that you're doing or the impact that you're having while you're moving, that's going to hinder you. Especially if you're not the type of person who can just, because we all have responsibilities in how we engage in the world. And so we can't just all just do whatever we want to do, especially if you are people that, somebody has said this on Twitter, I believe, and I think it was Melanated Mama on Twitter. I love her. I think she was the one who said, but once you understand who you are, and once you move into the spiritual path of your life, you just can't do whatever you want to, right? Because there are certain things you can do when you're ignorant, and that goes in everything. If you don't know a stove, a fire is hot, if you touch it, you get burned. But once you know fire is hot and you still touch it, it's a different thing. Because it's like, okay, first you're ignorant, and now you're intentionally wounding yourself. You're intentionally wounding others, right? Like, that's kind of what you're doing. And I'm not saying that you're doing it in a malicious intent, because I don't think this is what you're doing at all. But whatever you're focusing on, wherever you're going, whatever you're looking for, you're not really standing in your passion. You're not really finding that balance of that you need. right? You're discombobulated because you are, so much stuff is happening because you are moving at a fast pace out of where you need to go. You need to let that go. You need to stop. You need to pray. You need to, if you're not religious, when I say pray, just take a moment out. Prayer, meditation, take that moment of getting outside of yourself for a second and reshift your focus. That's what prayer is. It's not always just supplication to a higher being or whatever. It's just really, understanding that, understanding your human limitations and being okay with it, because prayer can include everything from supplication to gratitude and things. And that's what you need to do. You need to stop, do your prayer meditations, reshift your focus, and then look back at what you've been doing. Analyze what you've been doing and look at how you've neglected certain ways, right? Have you been working in your passions, or have you just been working? Have you been doing stuff that that will ground you or set foundations that you are proud of, that are going to be strong? Or have you just been doing whatever, right? Have you been going forward because you've been thinking this is how you're supposed to be moving? Or have you been conscious in your movements, or are you just been moving just to be moving, right? Are you like one of the people, how if you go to like a family reunion or someone, or school reunion or someone, they're like, oh, what have you been doing? And you gotta apparently tell everybody every little fucking fuss and fight like, that you've been doing since the last see you, and because you have to feel like you have to be moving, you have to be doing something, you have to prove. First of all, you ain't gotta prove shit to nobody. Second of all, to be working, just to be working, to be moving, just to be making moves, just to be seen, that won't benefit you in the end, right? What are you passionate about? What do you love? What do you desire? What is your purpose that you have in yourself? We all have a purpose in our life, and sometimes we figure it out. And the thing is, you can have many different multiple purposes. Like you think, oh, I'm going to be doing this and this one thing, and that's not so. Right? Sometimes that one thing may lead to another thing, and lead to another thing, and may lead to another. If you had told me 10 years ago that I'd be doing tarot readings on YouTube, I'd be like, okay. And I would have ignored you and walked away. But here I am now. Right? If you even told me last year I would be doing tarot readings on YouTube, I'd be like, okay. So you never really quite know where you are or where your desire is. And me doing this is working all into my desire of my goal and my path to want to help people, encourage people, and to give people their voices. This is just a small part of that. But I'm walking and moving forward into my own purpose because I figured out where I want to be. Have you figured that out yet? That's what you need to do. You need to let go of this idea of who you're supposed to be. That's why you have this I am whole card here. I am perfectly created. I am wonderfully unique individual. I'm sorry. Every lesson I have learned, every risk I have taken, and every achievement I have made contributed to who I am. Because of that, I am whole. You are already complete. You don't have to focus or move or rush or do any kind of things. You don't have to feel discombobulated or out of order or out of sorts. Because you have to let those mentalities go, right? This is where I'm getting like the nature card is. Understanding what your true nature is, what your true purpose is. And this nature card can mean anything. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. I just knocked everything over. And this nature card can mean anything from taking a walk in nature, which is another good way to meditate, to actually understanding how your natural state is. Understanding who you are and understanding the influences that have been put into you to dictate who you should be. And that's why you're kind of rushing forward and kind of feeling, because you're trying to rush into being someone else, being someone that someone else is telling you to be. Let me pick a oracle card here. Let's see what we got here. I'm shuffling them underneath because the last video I had shuffled them on my table, and they were just like loud as hell, and I was like, I can't be having that. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Oh my gosh, show the world the real you. Actually, I'm gonna leave this here. because this may be important for you guys. Okay. This card coming out first, though, is the most important thing I think comes to your reading. Show the world the real you. You have been living and moving in these other kind of steps, and this is what you need to let go. You need to let go of that version of you that other people see. You need to let go of that person of you who, and this may, of course, may not be for everybody, but you know, for the people the persons it does relate to, hello, you need to show the world the real you. You need to start walking in your authenticity, right? You are safe to do so. You and your loved ones are safe. You don't have to fear about being who you are. You don't have to fear that if I don't be if I don't live this life this one way, or I don't do this this way, if I don't move forward or move fast or keep going this way, something's gonna happen. Like prosperity lies ahead, but only once you start moving, because it's not a source energy. It can reverse for you once you start understanding where you stay at, what your passions, what your desires are, what you need to do, what you want to do. Once you start understanding who you are, once you start understanding how that you are a whole person, that you don't have to live and function and move in a way that someone else determines for you. Once you see yourself and let go of these other expectations and all these other things that are knocking you off of your path, that's knocking you back and forth, because if you live for everyone else, you're never living for yourself, and you'll never be done trying to please or prove yourself to people. Know who you are. Stand in your authenticity. Show yourself. Show the world the real you. The real you, who you are, is amazing. You are a whole human being. Take care of yourself. Show that stuff. Don't be afraid. Be your natural, true self. And everything else, any other fears or worries you have, are going to start to subside, because once you start walking in that path, you'll understand how quickly and easy it is to start making moves. And you don't have to worry. If you're worried that if you don't do certain things, your loved ones are going to suffer. Maybe you're not going to have the money. You're not going to be able to take care of them. You're not going to do stuff. It's going to take care. Prosperity is coming to you. You don't have to just, that physical prosperity, that spiritual prosperity, all of that stuff is going to start coming into alignment once you start understanding who you are authentically. But anyway, this is all I have for you, pal number 2. I want to thank beautiful spirit, my guys, your guys, and my ancestors for showing up in this reading. And most importantly, I want to thank you guys for showing up for yourselves. I hope that this reading resonates with you. I hope you guys take it to heart. And I hope you guys continue to look at the beautiful, wonderful person that you are, and never be ashamed of that. Never be ashamed of who you are, and go forward into your destiny, because it is yours. You have control over it, and can't nobody say a goddamn thing to you about it. All right, see you next time. All right, pal number 3, welcome to your reading. You guys chose number 13, the Ancestors card, and I would never get over how cute I am. Look at me, I'm adorable. All right, so I don't know if this card has anything to your reading. The first 2 did, so I'm just gonna go on a limb and say this card and the card I'm about to pick up, your affirmation card, will have something to do with your reading in some way. So let's see what your affirmation card says. It says, I am alive. I honor my life by letting go, dancing, singing, and feeling the fullness of my joyful energy. I am my true self when I am having fun. I am alive. Look at that. Ooh. I will say this, group number 3, when I was trying to shuffle cards, I couldn't even get a reading on any of the cards, and it was so hard to pick up on the energy, that to the point where I was like, well, maybe I should only have 2 decks, and then I can do a longer reading for those 2 and call it a day. And then so I just started shuffling any kind of which way, and I laid my hand, I was like, oh, well, there's a card, oh, and there's a card, and then I was like, kept shuffling like that. So I don't know what that may mean. I'm going to see what the cards pick up, and that may have something to do with your reading. So let's see what we got here. We got the Page of Disc in reverse. The 2 of Wands upright. The Knight of Cups upright. The World upright. And the King of Discs upright. So let's get into your reading. Pile number 3. All right, beloved spirit, I hope you're reading for these cards and get accurate reading for all of you. Let me encourage and those who may read this reading. Okay. I like that we have this world card here. I just want to say I love these cards because look at the way the page card. You can, if you get this African tarot deck, like take a look at this card because like I love the way that the page is kind of like having this pentacle up, but it's kind of like looking away and kind of like this kind of, let's say, sassy type of way. Yeah. Okay, what am I getting here? I am alive. I don't know. I may need to get some. Actually, you know what? Let me pull some oracle cards. I see. I wasn't going to use this Kali oracle deck, but something told me to put it out just in case I may need it. And I'm going to pull one card from this deck, and I'm also going to pull one card from. Oh my goodness! Come on, from this deck here, which is my I can never remember the name of this deck, but it's my shadow work deck. Let's see. I'm gonna use these oracle cards to help clarify this. Let's see what I'm going at. All right, let's see. Beloved Mother Kali, what message did you have for us? We have Kali Mahamaya. I may be saying that wrong. Kali Mahamaya. I'm gonna use the book to help clarify what that is. And I'm going to pull one of these cards here. Okay, let's see. One card. And they have Empress of Night, New Phase, Secret Abilities, and Leadership. Ooh, that leadership card really is coming in for when I'm seeing this King of Discs and when I even seeing this Two of Wands. Especially with this Knight of Cups. Let me see what Kali has to say. I'm gonna pause until I get the book. Okay, this is the Kali Ma card, which I prayed to Kali Ma for when I pulled it too. That's wonderful. So, Kali Mahamaya is Kali Ma, the spiritual truth beneath all appearances, the healing waiting to be discovered in all experiences. In harmony with your higher self, she manifests the path upon which you can best learn, heal, and grow. She is unclothed, symbolizing wild, unconditional authenticity. She is the empowerment to discard conditioning and judgments that we have worn. Cast off the fearful constraints others have imposed upon you. Connecting to your authentic being will attract healing, guidance, and divine grace to you now. I love that. If you you guys might have either thought about picking Pal 2 or probably already did pick Pal 2. If in that case, this is also a good connection to continuation with that reading, because it talked about authenticity in that. And we're talking about this new phase, new abilities of leadership, and we're talking about authenticity. This is what I'm seeing here. Is this kind of moving forward into your life, moving forward and understanding this new path that you're going. So but what you're going to have to let go in order to get there is you're going to have to let go of fear. You're going to have to let go of these not only fear, but you're going to have to let go of what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for something. What's the word? Help me, Spirit. You're going to have to stop being a know-it-all. Is that what I'm looking for? Like, there's something here about, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but there's something here that's saying like a know-it-all kind of vibes me. And that might be for a couple of you guys. A couple of you guys may be those type of people that just think y'all know every damn thing in the world and can't nobody tell you nothing. But you're going to have to you're going to really kind of ground yourself in reality. Also, this is what I'm getting to. Some of you guys kind of like y'all look at the world in a certain type of way, and it's not even the way, like, it's not even the way that the world is. You look at, and not even the way that you think the world should be, but in the way that the world should move according to you. And I think that's what I'm seeing here is that you know, you guys have a purpose to move into, a destiny to move into. And once you move into that destiny, it's going to require a lot of you, but it's also going to be beneficial, but it's going to require a lot. But you have to kind of like let go of this belief that things have to move and work and function in a certain way, because when you do that, you know, when you're saying it should be this way, it should be that way, it should, everything should move and according to how I see it. Not only are you not seeing things the way they are, and you can't like help change the way things are now, but you kind of hinder yourself too, because you're so busy trying to hold so griply, so tight on whatever you're trying to hold on to. Does that make sense? Like the world card is the last card in the major arcana, right? It's after you done gone through everything else, you done came here, you got this whole completion to it, and you can now start moving on to the next segment of life. And it's here in this deck, but all of this stuff is coming right after this page of disc. And this page of disc, because you have all this upright energy coming for you, but you are so kind of stuck in this type of way that you have to kind of figure stuff out, where you have to not figure stuff out, but you are so intent on making everything move and function the way that you desire it to be, that you're not letting other people speak, you're not letting other situations, you know, show themselves, you're not letting other things, you're not allowing proper human change, you know, proper natural change, right? You are the hindrance to stuff, and you're probably even going like, oh, this isn't working and that isn't working and this, that, and the third, because you are so busy trying to, you know, decide how everything should move, that you're not even looking at how things are already moving. Is that making sense? I feel like I'm not making sense. I'm gonna put it like this. I have a younger sister, and my younger sister is a person who's full of ambition, full of goals, full of desires. And all of those goals and ambition desires are meant for her to achieve. That's why she has them. Except the way that she views the world and the way she views herself in the world is a bit warped. Meaning that she doesn't look at the world as it authentically is, which means basically that the world is the world and shit happens. Or even look at how she can help change the world, meaning when bad shit happens, how can I be the one to help heal it or continue or make so that this bad shit doesn't happen again? Instead, she looks at how the world should be according to her own personal belief systems. So if she believed that the sky should be purple and the grass should be made of applesauce, you know, that's how she's facing the world, and she's upset that it's not being that way. And I'm using it as I'm being very you know, colorful when I'm talking about that, but you get what I'm saying. And that is kind of like the energy that you're in with this right here. You're unwilling to kind of let go of your own mentality, because doing so means you have to challenge everything that you knew or everything that you thought that you knew. But here's the thing. You have to make that choice. You have to do that work. You're going to have to allow that control that you have yourself. You're going to have to let that go. You are going to have to release that, because once you release that, you are going to be standing up in such a new way, that in the ways that you always kind of wanted to be, in the ways that your goals and your dreams always have to be. Because look, and they're all here. Everything, that strength that you can stand forward on, they're standing forward on your own 2 feet, being, you know, having your passions and your desires lining up, where you can see and control that power, that world, those visions that you have, moving forward and standing proudly up forward, going forward in your strength, and coming to this complete place where you are where you are, so settled and on the foundation that you have built, that you have no fears and no worries. You're moving into that new phase of yourself, that phase where you're living a full, authentic life, where you're not worried and bound by anything else or any other people's ideas of who you are. But in order to get there, you have to kind of let go of this idea that if the world doesn't move the way you say it needs to move, it doesn't move the way that you say it has to move, that you are going, that then you just kind of like, I'm not going to listen to anybody. This is where like seriously, look at the way that their faces kind of turn away. Again, you can't see, but their lips are kind of poked out. I'm like, all right, okay, right. They're not paying attention to anything else. They got this disc, and the disc represents the pentacles and the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So it's, it's the pentacle represents those physical aspects. It represents the earth, it represents all the type of things. So you're not even looking at acknowledging the real genuine aspects of life, because you're so sure that you have it all figured out. But I'm here to tell you, baby, that you don't know what you don't know. You don't have it as figured out as you think you do, right? Your card here says, I honor my life by letting go, dancing, singing, and feeling the fullness of my joy for energy. I am my true self when I'm having fun, when I am alive. I don't really feel like you are enjoying your life right now, because again, you are so busy living into you're living in your own hype right now. Are you living in your own thought processes? You're living in your own belief systems, to the point where you're not even challenging those beliefs, and you're probably not enjoying where you are. My sister, she's constantly, once she moves gets to go, she's constantly moving the goalposts, constantly keep doing, like, she can't enjoy anything because she keeps rushing and moving forward to something. Allow yourself to enjoy the world as is, right? And allow yourself to see the world as it truly is, not in the way that you think it should be, not in the way that you demand it to be. I think this is probably where your ancestors card comes in, because doing some ancestral work would be very beneficial to you, in the point that you can see, it will help you understand the sacrifices that everyone before you made for you to sit here and to be here. And I'm not trying to be harsh here. I don't like to be harsh or cruel in readings or something like that. I don't like to drag people. But you really need to let go of holding on so tightly to that. That's what you have to do. Once you let that grasp go free a little bit, you can feel how much lighter your hands are, how much less tension your body has, and you'll be able to see that is good in the world, and it don't have to come in certain ways that you demand it to be. You will be able to see not just whatever kind of goal you're mainly focused on, whatever kind of thing that's got you so blinded to this got you, because again, I feel like just pushing this car so far away from the rest of this stuff, because this is what it feels like you're so, like, your back is so far turned against all this other stuff that's meant for you, this progress that's meant for you. When you do that, you can walk into this new phase of your life where you can be freer, where you can breathe lighter, where you can exist better, exist fully. That's definitely what your ancestors want for you. That's what spirit wants for you. That's what your guides want for you. That's what I want for you. I want for you to get out of your own fucking way and move forward. But you have to let that grip go. You have to let the fact that you think the world has to move in the way that you want to. And I don't know why you got like that. Somewhere you might have had some pain or some aches somewhere along the line that made you be this way. This is a good time to start ancestral work. This is a good time to start your spiritual growth. This is a good time to do, talk to a therapist, some counselor, to do some internal work to understand why you see this viewpoint, so you can start moving forward out of it, because you do have a there's a new phase of your life you're going to. You do have a new purpose, and your ancestors want you to move forward, because your ancestors want the best for you. To do ancestral veneration, and I know there's a lot of people who are like, well, my ancestors haven't been good or nice, and because a lot of people start thinking about immediate family, grandmothers, aunts, uncles, parents, and stuff, but your family didn't start as just those people. And you have a long, extensive family line across lines. You know, you have the mother, the father, or two mothers, or two fathers. If you were adopted, you have the adopted family line, and you still have the bloodline that runs. You have a deeper, thicker, more impactful ancestral line than you think you do. And you don't have to know every person. And again, I keep saying this, all you have to do is call in your benevolent ancestors, both known and unknown, a love and light. When you do that, when you let them speak to you and guide you and move you forward, you can see what they show you, what they can see, what you can't see, and the paths they will lead you to. And you can start moving into that fuller life, where you don't have to sit around and have a tight grip on things, where you can let go, where you can breathe, where you can be free. Let me pull another card. Let me pull a Moonology card for you guys, and then I will wrap up this. Oh, come on! I swear, what is this shuffling doing, girl? Okay, let's see. Okay, that's what we got here. Emotions are running high. I'll leave that there. What do you need to release? That's important. And I'm gonna put one more. A time for healing. There you go. Emotions are running high might exactly explain why you have your own viewpoint so tightly gripped in your hand. You're probably afraid of letting go or feeling something, but you need to restart releasing that stuff. You need to start, going to, and again, I always talk about counseling and therapy, because these tarot readings are here, but they are not a replacement for actual medical help, and you should never ever be seen as such. So, you need to figure out what you need to release, and it's time for a healing. And this is what I'm feeling. I really do feel like your ancestors they have guided you to this reading. For those of y'all, if you don't relate to this reading, this is a general reading, so if you don't relate to it, you may relate to the other two picker cards, or another card reading in general. But for the ones this is about, your ancestors led you to this reading so you can know that they have your back, and what they want for you is they want healing. They want you to release. They want you to live fully and move into this new authentic energy where you are grounded, where you're in control, where you are moving forward, where you don't have to hold anything so tightly, where you're allowed to live a full life in the trueness of yourself and in the world. That's what they want for you. That they love you dearly, and they want that for you so much. But this is all I got for you, Pal 3. I want to thank beautiful spirit, my guys, your guys, my ancestors, for being here in this reading. And I want to thank you guys for showing up for yourselves in this reading. I am hoping the very best for you guys. You guys, you can do it. You can, maybe it's time for healing, it's time for release, it's time to move on. I thank you guys for showing up to the reading, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. I was putting up my cards, but I do want to say for pile number 3, remember when earlier and I said I couldn't quite get the cards and everything like that? I realized that control kind of energy is where I was getting from, like, couldn't let me choose a card. That's kind of where that control energy is coming from. I just thought that was very interesting, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. Bye.